Does your team struggle against a 2-3 zone? Do you struggle as a player against a 2-3 zone? Maybe you're not the best shooter. Maybe your team isn't the best shooting team. Because we all know that if you can shoot the ball, it's very hard for a 2-3 zone to guard a very good shooting team. However, the main reason you're being zoned, namely a 2-3 zone, is because your team struggles shooting the ball. So what should you do if you struggle shooting the ball, if your team struggles shooting the ball, and you're playing against a 2-3 zone? Let's discuss this. Hi, my name is Rich. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so that you know every time I come out with a new video. And if you like this content, make sure to share it. Make sure to hit the like button. It helps the channel out. Today we're going to talk about how you can attack the 2-3 zone as an individual player or as a team if you struggle shooting the basketball. Without further ado, let's go to the computer. Okay, so the first things we're going to talk about are the weak spots in the zone and the gaps. We're just going to start out with the defense here on red being set up just how you would start out in the 2-3 zone. So there's 2 guys up here, there's 3 guys down here. Typically, 1 guy will take the ball, but just for sake of teaching right now, we're just going to talk about the gaps and the weak spots in the zone. So here is a big gap. Right in between the guards is a gap there. We got a gap over here. We got a gap here. And the gap is something going to the basket, all right? So you could go here to the basket. The ball was over here, you can go here to the basket. Ball was here, you can go here to the basket, all right? And weak spots right here on the baseline, that's normally a weak spot in the zone. Obviously, if you have shooters, the far corner, the deep corner is a weak spot. Right here in the middle is a weak spot. You'll see how that plays out because it doesn't seem like a weak spot because the 5 is right here right now. However, as soon as the defense shifts, you'll see that that is an area very prone to attack. And then we got another weak spot here on the baseline. All right, so those are your weak spots and gaps. So we're assuming, or we're pretending, that the blue team is not a very good shooting team, okay? So any decent zone will have a guy on the ball, then this guy will shade to the 3. The 5 will stay in between ball and basket. This guy's still in position. So that'll be the initial look you're getting when you come down the court with the ball. What we want to do is force a wing up. So in this situation, a wing up means a wing guarding a perimeter, okay? That's where we're going to get advantages on the inside. So right now we have this red 1 guarding the ball, all right? So we have a guard up. That's what we call a guard up in this situation. If we swing the ball here, we don't create any disadvantages or advantages because the zone does not have to shift. The zone remains in its initial formation. However, if we swing the ball here, that creates a wing up. Just momentarily, but it creates a wing up. So now, because we have a wing up, this wing has got a bump. The 1's going to come and bump him off. However, in this split second here, we have this advantage. So we can go here. That's why I said this was a weak spot in the zone. Because if that wing comes up to cover that, it's a quick dump down to this 4. And then the 5 needs to come over and cover that. And then the 4 will definitely be ball watching. If the ball's here, the 4 will be watching where the ball is. And it's an opportune time for the 5 to flash in to this weak spot. That weak spot right there. So if the 4 doesn't dump it down here, we're looking for this flash here for an easy bunny. Or we can flash high for a high-low opportunity. That's how you get the ball in if you're not a great shooting team, okay, without dribble penetration. And for the bonus tip, the best offense against any zone pretty much is offensive rebounding. So if you got guys that cannot shoot the ball very well, you're not a very good shooting team, teach your guys to crash the offensive glass. 2 to 3 guys. So you got your 4, your 5, and probably your 3 crashing. Your 1 and 2, you're going to have get back on defense to stop transition buckets. Teach your 3, 4, and 5 to crash offensive rebounds. And the reason that offensive rebounding is the best offense against the zone is because the defensive players do not have an assignment as far as blocking out. They're playing an area. They don't have an assignment. To offensive rebound out of a 2-3 or against a 2-3 zone is one of the best offensive tactics you can have as a team. Teach your guys to really crash the glass, and all that takes is a lot of effort.